Hey, it's Rick again. You wouldn't believe it, but a week ago we had a foot of snow on the ground, and it was maybe in the mid-20s. Again, like the past winters or so, suddenly it went up into the 50s. We had 2 or 3 days of rain, and anyway, you wouldn't even know we had it. So anyway, I'm glad I'm glad it's gone, but again, just can't get over this wacky weather. Hey, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take advantage of the snow being gone. And over the Christmas holiday, we went through, probably burned a good amount, at least a quarter of a cord, maybe half a cord of wood. We kind of had fires every night. Anyway, I'm going to take the John Deere, the Gator today, go to my wood pile in the back here and fill up my, what I call my day, my day stack. That's right near the the back door to the family room where the fireplace is, so it's easy for me to get it in there. Typically, it takes about 2 real good full loads of this to fill that up. So we're going to get going to that right now, and we'll get some firewood down to the house. Hey, before I start loading the Gator up here, let me show you my Gator. I've been obviously highlighting my 2025R more than I have her. She was my original workhorse. She's a 2005 gas-powered 25 horsepower 2-cylinder. Got her used from an agricultural dealer just across the New York State, New Jersey border. Where I think it was it was part of a deal where the guy bought a much larger, like an 8500 quad track tractor or something. You know, they kind of throw these things in as part of the deals. But anyway, it was in great shape. You know, I've been doing obviously some heavy farm work, but nothing she couldn't handle. And I've gone through, I've cleaned her up over the years. I've added the 2,500 pound winch up front. I've also got at the back, I've put on the back of this, I've got the hydraulic tilt bit, which makes it really easy, or much easier I should say, for when I'm doing a lot of my wood cutting and hauling out of the woods and dumping up here in my yard. So let's get started, and I'll load this thing up, and we'll take the load down to the house, and we'll get this, we'll get another stock of wood ready to go. Oh, while I'm loading this up, log length. I know it's a great debate. A lot of guys have different ideas, a lot of different opinions. I tend to like my logs a little bit longer, meaning, you know, about 18 to 20 inches. I know some of the other videos that are out there, especially the Outdoors with the Morgans, and there's one other guy that does a lot of wood, you know, firewood stuff. They like it around under 18, 16 is our optimum. I have a very large mouth fireplace, so I can handle these larger logs quite easily, and it's, you know, it's just my preference. So anywhere from 16 to 20, 21s and 22s are really too long. I've gotten in situations with that. You know, you get toward the end of a log, you don't want to waste it, so you cut it, but then you realize you still got about 3 or 4 inches to trim. The source of this wood that I get is I'm really fortunate. The local Department of Public Works has been very aggressive with the utility company here. We have a lot of frequent power losses, largely due to a lot of trees and above wire utility lines. But in the last 2 or 3 years, they've gotten very aggressive with getting tree companies in here and cutting down the trees. Now, the bad news is of course they tie up the roads, and you know, there's not too many roads to choose to go here. So you know, if you're stuck, you got to wait till you can go by. But the good news is that they were just leaving these logs. Actually, you know, They were cutting them into like 5-6 foot sections, just leaving them alongside the road. So I went down and met with the manager of our Department of Public Works, and I said, hey, what's the story with those logs alongside the road? And he goes, that's a utility job, not my responsibility. I said, well, what's going to happen with those logs? He goes, well, we were hoping the citizens would make them go away. So I got fired up the Gator here. I also used the tractor a couple times, and I'd say within a quarter mile of the house, I picked up probably at least a cord and a half, 2 cords. There's even some behind you that you don't see. And I've got another main stack here. Nice stuff: oak, red oak, cherry, walnut. So it was a fantastic find. I had to do a little bit of work to get it here, but I did. So let's get this. We'll finish loading this thing up and get it down to the house. Okay, this is a good loadout. Let's get down to the house and unload it onto the my log rack down there. Okay, this is my main storage rack for my logs. The other one that I was taking off over there, I've just got some supplemental ones just because of the overflow of wood I got this year. But this stuff is about 2.5 years old now, so I really do want to go through it. So let's get at it and load it up. That should do it. We're done. This is a typical loadout. Fill this thing up. Like I said, this lasts about 3 weekends or so. And what we'll do now, I'll take the Gator back up. I got to dump the, there's some wood and sawdust and chips and stuff in the back that fall off of this. I'll come back later and I'll tarp this too. I keep it dry. Nothing fancy, just some construction plastic bags I take, cut them in half and spread them out. It does a good job. Take a couple logs, weigh it down, it's fine. And we'll also go ahead and put the tarps back on the wood piles that I opened up. And we're done this chore for today. Dump out the back here, just dust her off, clean her up a little bit, and then we'll get her back to the barn. And the very last thing I'm going to do, tuck her in, is reattach the, plug in the battery tender. Okay. And she's on, she's good. Well, she's all back in, dusted her off, cleaned her up. Battery tender's back charged in. Guys, thanks for watching. Again, any questions, comments you have, always like to hear them. And I'll be sure to come up with more creative ideas for the videos here shortly. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks.